Connor Race is going to win.
Mohamed Patel wins here.
Other than Rd.10.
Oh, he's done it at this point.
These two go.
Oh, he's going to do it. His first victory.
The World Championship is done.
What a race it's been.
Hello and welcome to the FSR Academy Brazilian Grand Prix at the wonderful Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. This track is renowned for its first corner complex, excellent racing, and unpredictable weather. We are proudly sponsored by 3D Rap, Mesita eSports, and SimLab. My name is Tobias Blumschein, and I'm joined by Edward Hunter. Although the Drivers' Championship was won by George Zalagianis last round at Indianapolis, the Constructors' Championship is far from being won. Only 15 points separate Ground Effect from Valet, who will be desperate for the Academy Championship. Ed, how excited are you for the FSR Academy finale?
Very excited, Toby. It's going to be very, very close between Ground Effect and Valet, as you just mentioned. Even with the drivers wrapped up, Zalagianis still has a big, big part to play for Ground Effect and could make the difference because we've seen how strong Peter Vagapov and the Valet team have been in recent rounds. But Brazil, it's rarely ever short of drama here in the southern suburbs of Sao Paulo. Try saying that 2 times as fast. But yeah, we're in for some really good action tonight. I can feel it.
Yeah. Here is the schedule. Obviously, we've had a long season, and now we finally finished the Brazilian Grand Prix. It's been a good season, hasn't it?
Yeah, only 10 rounds, but we've seen more than enough action in them to fill a season twice as long, that's for sure. Yeah. And Zalagianis, as we were saying last time out at Indianapolis, a very deserving drivers' champion, 39 points to the good. But still, as we see here, a big battle for second between Peter Vagapov and Liam Howard, who's held second for much of the season, yet to take a win, Liam Howard. So this would be a great place to change that. But Peter Vagapov, the man with the momentum behind him, 3 wins in a row. And then you've got Loic Mounier, about 19 points adrift of the two of them. Could still maybe sneak in front, but it is looking a little bit unlikely. And then you've got the rest of the runners. Yeah,
it's a very big outside chance for Loic Mounier. It would have to take a bit of a miracle, wouldn't it, for him to get third or even second? But
he's got a few in the past, hasn't he?
He's been really consistent recently.
Exactly, But another driver yet to take a win this season. And how badly would Team Iris love that, Toby?
Yeah. No, anyway, predictions, Edward. Who do you think is going to win this?
Yeah, in terms of Valet and Iris, I'm pretty sure.
No. I mean, like
the race. Okay.
Yeah, the race.
Sorry, I can tell I've just been for a party, can't you? I'm pretty sure. I actually think Liam Howard can win this one. Although I'm going to check the timing screens and probably see him qualify quite badly now. As
we go into qualifying now, currently we're on board with Liam Howard, I believe. Yeah, we are in Liam Howard. Going into the final corner, final breakings, and you get that really long uphill straight, which this track is renowned for here in Sao Paulo, isn't it?
Yeah, that run out of Magulio, so crucial as he goes through the junction, or Juncao as it's called locally, and runs towards the line. Liam Howard down, not set a time yet, so we'll see where this set puts him on the grid. It puts him in 5th position, not too bad, only about less than a couple hundredths behind Vagapov in between the two Valet drivers. So that's a pretty decent first effort from Liam Howard. But here comes Musadis and a load of drivers leaving the pit lane now as we go into the 7-minute remaining marker, Toby.
Yeah, currently on board with I believe that is Saracino. Never mind, we're on with
that's Owen AK.
Yeah, Kvilhaus here.
Kvilhausvik, yes.
Yeah, Kvilhausvik. Just finishing all their laps on the first stint now, going out here with Smith. Exit of Juncao, gets really good exit, going out full speed now. All the ERS, all the boost will be used on this. Going on DRS flat open towards the line. Where will that put him? Puts him at 12th. Good effort
from his standards. That's pretty good for the 7 hours driver. And we saw him doing really well at Indianapolis as well. He was fighting in the top 7, top 8, even with Liam Howard for most of that race. So I think Smith definitely a driver that's looking to set himself up well for maybe a more competitive run next season in the 7 hours.
As we see down over
Brantford.
Yeah, going through Pico de Bato. Then down into the really nice long corner.
And you saw him lock up there as well. Such a tricky corner. That's where Alex Albon and Lewis Hamilton famously came to blows, isn't it, Toby?
Yeah, that was back in 2019. Anyway, going through the end here. Quick, good end to the lap. That's what you need. It gives you good confidence, doesn't it?
Exactly, and you can see Branfom going, oh no, actually I thought he was going to go straight towards the wall, like we've seen a couple of drivers going, but he goes up to 13th, just behind Schmidt, who we were just watching.
Currently, also the temperature's quite nice. It's a fairly cool 16 degrees in Brazil right now, isn't it?
That's very true. Single has just set the fastest first sector of anybody, the number 7 Grand Effects. So it looks like Grand Effect have bought their A game here, first and second at the moment.
As we're currently on board with this one, Single quickly going in, second gear, rolling the car a little bit. Now, will he go? He'll stay through second gear there, keeping it good, keeping the revs fairly high. Out of exit to third, very nicely done. Now into here, famous corner obviously.
Yeah, as we just
good
mentioned.
exit, bit of squirming on exit. That's not something you want through there. You want a quite nice, smooth exit. Doesn't really. As we get Vlistra purple in sector 2, he's gotten. Stan Vlistra's gotten better race by race, hasn't he? Poor sector 3
place. There we go.
Really?
Here comes Single. He's personal best in the second sector, but not quite as quick as Vlistra in the second sector. He runs towards the line, straight towards the wall. Is it good enough for pole? Nope, not quite, Toby.
That's Peter Vagapov currently going purple sector 2 too. That's quite a funny thing to say. To the line, does he get pole?
Well, it's going straight towards the wall.
Yes, he does. 108.6, barely pipping Zalagianis to it. He isn't. He doesn't feel as dominant. Well, he doesn't feel he's dominating as much as he was previously, wasn't he? As we see Wesley Bookout go, barely missing out, less than a 10th from P1. Top 3 is separated by less than a 10th, and really close.
They're not leaving much on the line here.
No.
It's good because we are at the end of the season, as we see Batala now on a few personal best sectors going towards the line. Moynier on a few personal bests as well.
Yeah,
Batala up to 18th.
Yeah, I mean, the top 20 are all separated within a second. That's mental.
Yeah,
just shows
just
the skill
one
of
little
the,
slip up could really put you down in 20th, couldn't it?
It really shows the skill of the thing. As we got Kai Sonnefeld here, quickly going P19. Will he get further up? He's got an alright few sectors, and he does goes up to P13.
Yeah, Sonnefeld has been doing pretty well in the back half of this season since he joined Ballet.
Also, Loic Mounier, less than a 100th away from Peter Vagapov. Qualifying is really shaping up to be a really good one.
Yeah, Moynier must have had a really good final sector there. Indeed, he did 16.031.
As we're currently on with Massimiliano Riboli, quickly going through the final corner, really good shaping up. Should be an okay. Had a bit of a poor sector 117 flat. Isn't the most ideal one you want. Dan over Brandfol also is on an improvement. We'll slowly start seeing the drivers' their final go, so that's gonna be fun. So we start seeing, as we got on board here, Brantholm goes up to P19, still not there. Top 20 within 8 tenths.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Ballet really need all the. They've got all these extra teammates in this race. It feels like Vagabond's still on his own up there with Moynier and Zalagianis behind him for company. He could really do with the help of someone like Musadis here, who we see sets a personal best first sector.
16.8, doing well. Just improving slowly. Vlistra is also improving. And the top 4 is still not exited the pits. They'll probably stop going out now. Yes, they are. As you can see them all ducking out of the pits. 35-1, sector 2. Now, up the hill after Jinkao. Quick, up the hill. Luckily, we're not taking that chicane. That would be awful, wouldn't it, Ed?
It would, yeah. A bit of Kimi Räikkönen and Mickey Rasso to take this drive. But Musadis, he won in Le Mans. Let's see where he gets on the grid. He climbs up to 7th, so just 2 positions there.
Good effort from Musadis. We currently see all the top cars getting ready.
They're all coming back out of the pits now for the final run, and there's only 2 minutes left, so got to get a move on as we see another.
Finishing. That was Alex Hallows.
Yep.
P25. He got this fan single here. Can he get an improvement? He's got a good sector 2. Yes, he can. He goes fastest. Good effort there from Isfan Single. Very good.
Was immense. 16.95. Oh no, 16.055. Sorry.
Exactly what they needed. Peter Vagapov isn't going out for another lap, I think. Or is he going now? That's really cutting it close to Peter Vagapov, isn't it?
I think Vagapov might have just made it.
As we currently got on board with Stavros Musadis, currently on a lap. Not improving right now through sector 1. 21.3. Never mind. That's not.
Yeah, very slow in that first sector.
That's not a lap. It's 17 seconds usually do.
He's still got time to get across the line for another run. Musadis kicking up grass there.
As we got Vagapov, Zalagianis, and Booker all on laps now.
I believe so, and I think Moynier might be about to start one too.
Yeah,
back in comes Musadis, so
he's just
clearly done then.
Oh!
That's Brandfarm in the wall.
Yeah, that's done.
So that would be P19 for Dano Brandholm. And that could be, it won't be a yellow flag because it's all private session, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is Perikian we're on board with. But Perikian down in 15th position, of course. It's for Super jury. So it doesn't look like he's going to improve either. Scott Flack, his teammate, though, in 12th, sets a 16.8 first sector there.
Vagapov going up, I think he started his lap.
Oh,
Zalajanis. Yeah, I was going to say he's
sector.
on. Yeah, currently on improving George Zalajanis, the current FSR Academy champion with a race to spare. He'll probably just be enjoying this race, I think.
Well,
I mean,
back of his mind will be that team's title, isn't it? With his teammate on pole, he lines up 4th then, it looks like, at very best.
Yeah. As we currently got Loic Meunier on an improvement, very good Sector 1. Peter Vagapov is also driving. He's not faster in Sector 1 , is he?
Look at that commitment from Meunier, throwing up the sparks as he comes in through the middle sector.
Iris's hope currently, both of the other drivers to finish. P5 Wesley Bookout. However, that he could go down. Liam Hallen's also on a lap right now. Exiting Pico there.
Yeah, Vagapov was a tenth slower than Meunier in the first sector as well. Here we go towards the end now, through the junction.
Improvement Sector 2. Good bit skirmish on exit though, wasn't he? Now
it's going to be tight.
Climbing through the gears. Can he get P2? Can he even get P1 maybe? Gonna be close.
Here we go.
Running to the line. Will he get it? He has 108. Oh my word. That is barely a gap. And Peter Vagapov, I do not think has it. No. He's just not fast enough, is he?
32.2 in the middle sector. Yes, in he comes. But that's the end of the session then. And Vagapov, a little bit annoyed from away pole there potentially. But that's quite the front row, isn't it? Meunier in single.
Yeah, very well done from Loic Meunier and Istvan Svingel. Although he has been a bit of a second fiddle to his teammate, he's done well there, I have to say. Good from
his qualifying has actually been pretty impressive. Monaco, he actually out-qualified Zalajanis. Now I think this is the second time he's done it this season.
And if it stays like this, it's ground effects.
Ooh, good point.
Yeah,
Shall we go through the grid then?
Yeah, let us.
So there we go. It's Loic Meunier on pole position from single, Vagapov, Zalajanis, and Howard, who top 5. Then it's Bukout, Giuseppe Saracino in the independent entry in 7th. So good effort by him. Museis is 8th, Villistra is 9th, and Alex Lahou rounds out the top 10 from Perikian, Silviera, Snepvangers, Sonneveld, Flack, Harvig, Rubioli, Smit, Marsa, Brandholm rounds out the top 20 in the end. Batala, Evers, Andrium Harrison, Ryan Mazumda 24th, Fabrice Morlato 25th, Kilhausvik 26th, Hallows 27th, Jean-Michel Garnier 28th, and last on the grid for Bruce Mistral Competition.
That's been a good qualifying. Now, but yeah, no. What do you think of that qualifying?
It was a great qualifying, great climax near the end there, and I think that's Meunier's first pole position of the season. So that sets him up well for taking Iris's first win if he can hold on from an immense amount of really talented drivers right behind him.
Yeah, like we said, I mean the entire field is only spread out by like 1.5 seconds. That's really low. We have a very good field here, which the entirety of FSR is incredibly proud of how close this field has been.
Yeah, 1.5 it's been amazing.
But now we should be going to the lap of Michi Hoya. So yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome to the final race of the 2022 season in the Formula SimRacing World Championship. Welcome to Brazil, to Sao Paulo, to Interlagos as we are coming around the final turn, powering up the hill towards our last flying presentation lap. DRS wide open as we're going across the start-finish line. Best overtaking spot here on the top of the hill. Heavy braking for turn 1. Inside tyre tends to lock up as we are going down the hill into 2. The curb can unsettle the rear. We want to have maximum acceleration and speed on the way down to turn 4. Curva del Sol to the bottom of the hill, uphill again after turn 5, into 6 and 7, a double apex right-hander where the front left is crying for mercy, and then easy on the brakes into the first of 3 hairpins. Turn 9, a little bit wide. Don't want to touch the retinal curve on the outside. Through 10 into 11, stay in the middle open up the entry for downhill turn 12. Very bumpy. Extremely important to have a good balance there, and turn 13 ever so important as you need maximum power and acceleration up the hill. Through turn 14, easy flat out, again DRS wide open. Through turn 15 and across the line. Guys, that is your final race of the season coming up here at Interlagos, Brazil, and we all can't wait to see who's taking the crown at the end of the year.
We're back here now. Welcome back to the Brazilian FSR Academy Brazilian Grand Prix. What a lap that was from Michi Hoyer, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, certainly very educational for knowing some of the dangers, pitfalls it's very easy to fall into in this Interlagos circuit. It's kind of like a bowl, isn't it, Toby? Sort of like, I always think of it as like an inverse of Brands Hatch, essentially.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, it
much
was
bigger.
Yeah, we also just witnessed a brilliant qualifying session, very, very close between every single driver. Now we come up to the 43-lap race around the Sao Paulo circuit. Now, looking at the driver standings, we've got a very, very good race of P2, and possibly P4, actually. I mean, Peter Vagapov and Liam Howard are separated by 3 points, so anything can happen. I mean, if Peter Vagapov, if they finish on equal points, which is unlikely, judging by where they are, actually, no, it could be. You never know. It would go to Peter Vagapov because you get on countback for having 3 wins, which he's gotten on the bounce. I mean, you have to agree with me that during those last 3 races, he looked unbeatable, didn't he?
He did, and certainly Liam Howard, though he had some good performances getting on the podium at Monaco, has sort of been a little bit, I think he's always been on the back foot because he's not qualified quite as well as Peter Vagapov. But like you say, they're a bit closer today, so even though Vagapov is marginally ahead, you would expect Liam Howard to put up more of a fight for that second position today, but we'll have to see. I did predict him to win, but I'm starting to feel that maybe that's not going to happen. But Loic Mounier down in 4th, he's looking like he's doing everything he needs to do at the present moment. I don't quite see Lianos challenging him since he's gone off to pro, but Mercedes definitely could. And I think Bukout, Silviera, Branfon will certainly want to end their seasons on a high end. Shout out to Scott Flack, hang in there in the top 10.
Yeah. However, the driver standing is not the only thing to worry about. We've also got the Steam's team standings, where it is still open for the championship between Ground Effect and Valet. Who do you see pipping it?
Well, it's 367 for Ground Effect and 352 for Valet. At the moment, we've got Single in second, but there is a big question mark over Esteban Single. He's got his best qualifying of his academy career so far, but can he do the deal in the race? I suspect he might have to give way for Zalagianis at some point. But if you can still finish in the top 5, top 6, then certainly it would look good for Ground Effect. However, we know Valet have liked to stack the deck in their favour. We know how quick Varipov is. Mercedes, Silviera, Branfon, I expect most of them to crawl through the order, to carve through the order like a knife through butter. And I certainly think it will be close. I think Ground Effect will just hold on.
Yeah. Should be a good race. We start soon, so yeah.
Would you like to take us through the grid, Toby?
Yeah, of course. Love to. Just wait for it for a bit. P1, we have Loic Mounier with a brilliant lap, barely less than 100th away from Istvan Single in P2. P3 for Peter Vagapov, not as good as the last one, did he? Where he got pole. P4, George Zalagianis, the current world champion. He'll be taking a bit less, won't be as aggressive. P5, Liam Howard, finally a bit better qualifying. P6, we got Wesley Bookout. Hasn't had the best season. P7, we had Giuseppe Saracino, and then P8, I think we had
Mercedes.
Yeah, Mercedes. P9, Stan Vlistra. P10, Alex Lahu. P11, Oliver Perixian. And then P12, we have Dan Oliver Branthholm. P13, Turn Snapvangers. P14, Gijs Sonneveld. P15, Scott Flack. And then P16, we've got Matthias Harvek. P17, we've got Massimiliano Riboli. P18, Thomas Smith. P19, Nando Massa. And P20, Danover Branthholm. P21, we got Gerard Batalla for Roll Blue. P22, we got Milan Evers for Fina von Motorsports. P23, we got Thomas Andrium
Harris.
Yeah, thank you. P25, Fabrice Morlato. P26, Owen Phil Hauskvik. P27, Alex Hallers. P28, Jean-Michel Garnier. And then in last place, we have Fabrice Mistral for Competition. Looks like a good race, good grid.
rFactor will really need Marsa to make his way through
Yeah.
from the back there as
As
well.
we go on
'cause
the,
he could really have a big impact there.
Yeah. Also, apologies. It is still Vieira MP12. I messed that up.
No worries. There are a lot of
Yeah.
valet drivers. Easy to get them mixed up with one another when there's
As we
about
currently
5 or 6 in this race.
As we currently see all the different tire compounds. P1 to P5 looks like they're all on softs. Wesley Bucat also on softs.
Yeah, there we go. It's just filtering through. Sometimes they'll
Yeah.
have the hard tires on when they haven't picked cards. So, but a couple it looks like certainly might be trying on the mediums in this first stint. It'll be interesting to see their progress.
And
because they could be really vulnerable to the soft runners behind them.
But there is someone on hard, and it is Alex Hallows. That's something interesting. It'll be easy. It'll be very interesting to see how he goes. As he got Ryan. I'm guessing that's as Ryan Zander also seems to be on hard, although it does say he's in the pits. Oh, he's got a pit stop.
Yeah, so it's going to be a bit of an uphill struggle for Ryan Mazumta then.
Yeah.
But there's Liam Howard then, just with Salagianis, the champion, in front of him, who's fought for most of the season, and Bukow in 6th behind him. So yeah, as you say, all the top 6 on soft. So it's basically going to be even Stevens in this first stint. There'll be very little to choose between them, and it'll all be a matter of keeping the guy in front in contention there. Interesting to see the progress of Saracino in that green and black car, because obviously independent entry, nothing really to lose, wants to put himself in the shop window for next season, like we saw Musadis do earlier this year when he almost got on the podium at Silverstone and then won at Le Mans with Valet. So certainly a lot of drivers looking for a seat next season.
As we currently go to the grid, getting ready for the final race of the FSR Academy Championship to begin. The tensions are high. We're all really excited. Let's see who wins the Constructors' Championship. It'll be decided in about 40 minutes now.
Well, yeah, having to wait an age for the guys to back to line up, of course.
Everyone's lined up. The lights will be going on soon. Yep, lights will be going on now, starting, as you can see up there. 1, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights.
Ooh.
And it's lights out and away we go for the Brazilian Grand Prix in the Academy Series. Brilliant start from Loic Meunier. However, Singles tries it, doesn't make it. Meunier gets cleanly out of there. Vagapov's lost out. Bukat's trying to get round the outside. Zalajanis has been a huge
Smith spinning.
Yeah, big thing back there. Loic Meunier leads them into the technical section now. As we see Bukat, brilliant start up to P3. Vagapov really didn't have the best start. Alex Lahou gets really far up, past Mercedes, right behind, ahead of Peter Vagapov. I think he's in P6 now.
No, he's just behind.
No, he's not P5. Yeah.
Peter had a horrible start. Lahou tries to challenge him, and it looks like Howard challenging Mercedes is behind as well. It's all very, very action-packed. But I think Peter Vagapov almost jumped the start there.
Yeah,
and, then, and that might be what put him off. So there could be more pain for Peter Vagapov if there's a penalty coming as well.
Yeah, that's definitely something that he can't afford to have happen to him right now, can it? As we finish off the first lap, Loic Meunier leading by about a second, got out of thing. It's an Iris 1-2. Wesley Book, what happened to Single?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought I saw some smoke, some dust at the side of the track, and I think Single is Saracino is down the order as well. He's fighting right up in there. Single is continuing on in 9th.
Yeah, something's happened to Singles. He's trying it down the inside of Oliver Perikian, who had a brilliant start. Perikian seems to have slightly lost it, going side by side through the centre. That's very well done. Singles off, nearly hits the wall there. As he goes back on the grass, trying to get safely, very close. Oof, Singles had a terrible start, down to P15, going to P16.
Well, this is what I feared might happen as well. It's just the lack of experience.
Yeah, they've got a replay here.
Showing for Single. Let's see what happened.
Yeah. Going out here, this is where Lewis Hamilton famously crashed in qualifying back in 2017.
Yeah, so he's behind. Is he just going to go into the back of... this looks like the Super Venturi flak in front of him, is it? Yeah. But this might have happened a bit earlier, but here we go. Up the inside. And does he think better of it? The incident must have happened a bit further back.
Yeah, it must have. It's a mystery.
This is a move on Perikian.
Yeah, just going down the inside. Doesn't give him much room, does he? And then he just gets tapped slightly. I mean, I think...
Did he tap him? I've always thought Single got a bit too much wheel spin there.
I think Isfan got tapped by Perikian in the rear. That's why it goes... As Alex Lahou is fighting currently with Musadis, trying to keep him behind. Iris have a very good All their cars are in the top 5, really doing well. Mercedes really trying to get past Alex Lahuz. Can he get him into turn 4? Yes, he can. We've got a spin into the center S. Liam Howard really looking racy now, isn't he?
Indeed, he is. He wants to get really stuck into the action. He's done well to stay out of some of that chaos. But it's Lahuz in front of him, and Mercedes, having just got through on the mediums as well, could really be a factor now if he can keep Zalagianis, Moynier, and Bucat in sight. As we don't know whether Backbob is going to get a penalty for jumping the start, but it certainly looked very, very marginal. Like, I think he might have just tried to slow down, anticipate the lights, and then slow down, and that was why he made that sort of horrible getaway.
I'd also like to just say Singles DNF'd. Same with Vlista and Saracino. That's a huge amount. There must have been a start contact between the 3 of them. They were running very close on track, weren't they?
Yeah, I seem to think Single got a decent getaway from the line, but I wasn't sure exactly where. Oh my goodness! And we run on board mid-accident there. That's right at the start-finish straight, so he's either hit someone in the back or he's gone straight into the wall.
All right, we'll watch it here. That looks like Vlista.
Oh, he's just gone straight into the back of Vlista. So Vlista was manoeuvring to get overtake someone. That looks like Perikian.
Oh. We've just found out that's probably a lag issue. That's a big shame.
Yeah, Vlista got collected by, there we go, our new runner there, which was, of course, Saracino.
Huge shame for Giuseppe Saracino.
Oh.
As Lahuz gets past Mercedes again, Peter Vagopov's gone up to P2. You've missed a little bit.
Like Wesley Bucat dropped to 8th there, so something's gone wrong for the second Iris there.
Yeah, not what they want, but also Vagapov got past Alagianis. We've got Mercedes going down into Pico de Pato. As he's spun and taken him off. What the hell are you doing, Mercedes?
An easy 2 positions for Liam Howard, and that looks like Harvick now up to 5th then, as well.
Yeah, Matthias Harvick going from P18 up to P5. What a start from him. Alex Lahuz got really unlucky there and probably has a little bit of damage. We've got Wesley Bucat 3 tenths behind him now. Could he get him into turn 1? Push the pass from Mercedes. He's using up a lot at the start. We've got Wesley Bucat trying into turn 1. He's side by side with him. As he got him, he's also trying to pass. Harvick doesn't make it. Slow into the second section of the center S. Barely doesn't make it. Mercedes. Yeah, really will be. Push the pass again from Mercedes, really using it up there, isn't he? As we've got Alex Lahuz trying it down the inside of Mercedes here too.
I don't even really know where to look here in this battle for 5th. It's pretty.
Me neither.
Harvick is holding up a massive train of cars here who've either slipped back or made their way forward through the field. But now Moynier is basically vulnerable up front because he's on his own. So he's really going to be relying on Vagapov getting a penalty because he's only about 2 seconds behind. This is what happened to Wesley Bucat then.
So currently just calmly running in P3. Zalagianis tries it down the inside. Oof, Wesley Bucat just didn't see him coming, and yeah, that's Wesley's fault, I'm afraid. Turned in, just didn't see him coming, and it just didn't work out for him, did it?
Yeah, and that's really bad for Zalagianis because it's let Vagapov through, so that could be a real thorn in his side.
Anyway, Wesley Bucat really looking racy, going into turn 1, into the center S, got the DRS. Will he go down the inside or will he try it down the outside? Down the inside. Really leaving the door open there. Has he got him? Yes, he has. And he doesn't have it. And Harvick won't be having anything to counter. As Alex Lahuz going down into the second section. He's got past him. There's a huge accident. This is Oliver Perrin.
That's Batala, I think, that went off there in the Royal Blue car.
And I think that'll be race over for him.
Yeah, that looked like he was heading straight to the scene of an accident. But I think he will go no further. Oh, that looks like Step Banker's going off at turn 3 as well.
Yeah, and that looks like it's ruined. And Mercedes is constantly getting just like handed down the field, lower and lower and lower, isn't he? As Parakan tries it down the inside of Axel Lahuz, nearly loses it there, doesn't he?
Ooh, yeah. Once again, more chaos, and Perikian does well to avoid becoming part of it. But
yeah,
here we go. We're going to see what happens to Jared Batala now. I think he just lost it at turn 2 here.
Yeah, we see all the chaos coming up here. Mercedes slowly gets handed right. Yeah, he just loses the rear, bam, into the wall.
And that's a front wing parted company. Oh, the rear is it's gone into an inferno there.
Yeah, that's done. Annoying accident that can happen though. Very snappy corner. As we got Mercedes going to try it down the inside of Oliver Parakan. And he's going to defend very hard here. Mercedes diving it down the inside, very risky. Gets it. Has he got him?
Perikian still got the inside line.
Just doesn't.
No way through for Mercedes to go then, Toby.
Yeah, no. Mercedes, however, will have the chance going into turn 3 now. Parakan closing the door completely, going back onto the line. He cannot move anymore, can he? Mercedes just not there.
Oh, but look how hard Orla Perikin's pushing, going on a little bit onto the AstroTurf and off track there just to keep those valets behind him, all three of them.
Yeah. It's been a very chaotic start, hasn't it? We've only had 7 laps and it feels like it's been 3.
Indeed. So Perikin is now, I think, the highest placed medium tyre runner. So it could be a factor later on. Could even jump the likes of Lehu and Harvick in the pit stops, depending
Peter
on how it goes.
is also catching Loic Mounier.
He is.
And now, Ground Effect will be hoping that Vagapov just doesn't make it past Mounier because, well, if Vagapov doesn't make it past Mounier, I believe it is Ground Effect's Constructors' Championship then, isn't it?
It would be, I think, but it's a bit hard to tell with all those valets a bit further back. It depends where they finish. But certainly Massa down in 24th on the hard tyres, I believe, will not be doing Sargeant and the rest of Ground Effect in too many favours unless he starts making progress.
No, definitely not. However, I don't think Mercedes is going to be much higher up because remember, he has used up a lot of his push to pass already at the beginning, didn't he? Mercedes looks to be trying it again. Alex Lehoux has also gotten past Matthias Harvick, going up to P6 now.
Vagapov and Moinier, by the way, I believe 2 times earlier this season they fought together on track. At Spa, Vagapov crashed out at Eau Rouge dramatically. At Monaco, Moinier, I believe, was the one who crashed out and lost his front wing and had a bit of chaos happen around him. And now
got round 3.
It's third time. Yeah, round 3, exactly.
So we got the overtake from Alex Lehoux on Matthias Harvick. DRS probably going to get him quite nicely into turn 3, yeah. Doesn't move out as we see up behind there, as that's what Oliver Parry can do.
And once again, keeping the valet at bay. So Mercedes,
he got
through.
He got the switchback there, didn't he?
Mistake there. He was pushing out a little bit too far. We saw him do that previous lap as well, and it didn't quite work there for Perikin. But now Mercedes released.
Yeah, it seems those hard tyres are starting to come into the element as we've got Silveira hunting down Oliver Parrykin, isn't he? Oliver Parrykin's also got the DRS off of Matthias Harvick. Remember,
except that he just had a little bit of a moment there, and it's going to be at the mercy of Silveira.
Yeah. Also, just to remember, everyone, it is 7/10, not a second. So yeah.
Yeah, because it's a much shorter lap here, of course, at Interlagos, so that makes perfect sense.
7/10 all race.
Maybe it has, and I've just not been paying attention.
Yeah, no. 7/10
really
instead of a second. Peter Vagapov just not in the DRS lane. George Zalogionis just staying a little bit behind, might be conserving tyres. This isn't very good for Peters, isn't it?
Yeah, so Vagapov was 3 tenths faster than Moinier on that last lap. Zalogionis actually was matching Vagapov's times.
Yeah. Zalogionis is currently just sitting calmly back. Liam Howard doesn't seem to be really catching them, does he?
No, I think all the action seems to be this battle behind Harvick, basically, with all the valets and Oliver Perikin.
Yeah, Stavros Mercedes really close now. He should be able to get him into turn 1, into the Senna S. Probably one of the best combinations in all of motorsport. He's just too far, isn't he?
I noticed there's still the wheel from the accident earlier on. It's still just inside of the pit wall. I believe that's probably Saracen knows.
Yeah. As we got Stavros Mercedes really close on the rear now. Will Matthias Harvick just duck to the inside? He dives it down the inside.
I don't know how he got that stopped in time. In fact, he
that was impressive.
That's amazing.
But we've
on the
got
brakes
Matthias Harvick nearly had a Suttel Trulli moment there, didn't we?
Yeah, a little bit. Got to make sure you don't switch your line suddenly. But Mercedes, I don't know how.
Parry going for a very aggressive dive bomb, and he gets there.
Yeah, I think Harvick to be fair left the door open there, and Perikin was going straight through there like a whip it up a drain pipe.
But he's been doing that all race, hasn't he?
Indeed, he has. So certainly putting on some great entertainment too. Now it's Silveira's turn to try and overcome Harvick, but now Harvick will be getting a bit annoyed about being ganged up on there.
Yeah, so
here we go. It's Mercedes on the brakes again. So we're going to see him dive really, really late here. So let's watch into turn 3. I think Harvick braked really early there.
Yeah. Harvick doesn't seem too confident on the brakes, does he?
No. It's a shame. He's had some decent performances this season, but it's felt like he's always been able to qualify pretty well and then struggled to really stay in the top 10 for some of the races.
There we see Oliver Parrykin dive down the inside. Very, very well done, isn't it?
Indeed, yeah. Oliver was really awake in that moment, thankfully, and didn't cause an accident.
As Robert with Alex Lehoux just staying behind his team at P5, P6. Very, very comfortable race for Team Iris, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like these two are really in a battle with Howard, as we see Sonneveld retired, which is really bad news for Valet. Well, another one bites the dust then.
Let's see what happened. Was it the same thing that happened to Batala?
Well, I have a feeling it might be. Gets
Nope.
really far
Well,
over the curve
yeah.
and gets a tank slapper, and the rear comes off in the wall. And
Yeah, just
here we
slightly
go no
later.
further.
Yeah, that's an annoying mistake. You can't really do that. It's tough. Those curbs are really slippery, so it happens. I mean, it's stuff, and it looks
Zunder
like
maybe out as well.
no, it's Zunder's out.
Zunder lagged out, we're hearing. But
Yep.
Silviera looking to get past Harvick, so it's not over yet for Valet, especially with Peter Vagabond ahead of Zalagianis. I think it's looking very tight at the moment in the points. Whether Valet gonna get the 15 points over them that they need. 15 for third, of course. 18 for second. Oh, no,
Silviera
that's the old points. Sorry.
Yeah, Silviera's desperately trying to get Matthias Harvick here now. Just staying here, but this is where Silviera loses it. This is where Harvick usually loses his position, doesn't he? DRS open for Silviera. Has to dive it up now, doesn't he? No, he just doesn't.
Yeah, I've just remembered actually the rule because I've been reminded that only the top 2 drivers score for each team. So essentially it is Vagapov and Zalagianis and then Musadis, and I believe because Massa might be the only other ground effect left in the race then. Oh, here we go, up the inside.
Yeah. And now Harvick's going to be a bit of silence, I think. Yeah, no, George is a bit on his own now, isn't he? He really needs... I'm not sure there'll be enough, though, for Valet if they've got Musadis there, isn't it? How many points does P7 give you again?
P7 gives you 14, which
Okay.
the gap's 15, so... and with Vagapov already ahead of Zalagianis at the present moment with no sign of a penalty, then it's looking pretty good so far. Although I imagine ground effect may protest at the end of this, if there is...
Yeah.
Because we
It's a long race,
on
though.
screen.
Very long race. It won't be a penalty.
Okay, so it would have been an in-game penalty, of course. So I don't think if I had a ground effect, I might still consider an appeal of some sort.
They will try everything, but obviously we want to see the constructors one on track.
Well, certainly we want to see every championship one on track, but often you try and win it by hook or by crook. But here we go, we're seeing a replay of is that Peter Vagapov at the very beginning?
We got the replay of his start because it was pretty interesting. Slows down into the box. Now we wait for a little bit. He's a little bit far behind, isn't he?
Yeah, we have to wait for Here we go. The lights come on.
Oh,
he crawls forward way before
yeah.
the light comes on. Well, he might get away with the fact that because he started it so far back in his box and he crawled forward with that sort of false start, but he didn't go outside the limits of his box. So, kind of a Valtteri Bottas Austria technically going on.
Yeah. As you got first car on the pits, I think we see there. That is George Zalagianis. He is into the pits now. So you got a yellow flag. That looks like another valet car's crashed.
Yellow flag for the yellow car, indeed.
Indeed it is. Alex Hallow's crashed. Another one bites the dust.
That's 3 valets out of the 6 or 7 that began this race then. So
let's see what happens.
Like we said, that only the top 2 really count the championship. Really. Oh, there we go. The hard's just giving no grip.
Yeah, into the wall. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Alex Hallows. As we've got Zalagianis into the pits now. He's just exited in P11.
Just ahead of Schmidt, it looks like. Or Smith, sorry. I don't know why I'm adding an extra C and an H in his name. But this is good for Zalagianis onto the mediums now. He can make some decent progress, undercut Vagapov potentially, but Vagapov he's actually dropped back a little bit from Moynier. Moynier's fought back in the last couple of laps and got the gap just up to about 2 seconds.
Yeah,
and in he comes. Yeah, so the tyre's starting to wear on Vagapov too. So will Moynier respond next lap? That's the key thing.
Yeah, I think we'll see him respond and go into the mediums too, just to keep some unity. And then I think we'll start to see some Irish drivers come in too. No, all of them stay out. All stay out with Musadas. Yeah, Liam Howard going into the pits. Yeah. This will probably also confirm that they're all going on a 2-stop. Don't you think?
I believe so, yeah, especially if they're going to the mediums at this stage. If they were doing 3 stops, they're going to softs now, I think. But anyway, lap 15 now. Moynier continues to lead by 11 seconds now. It's an Irish 1-2-3 as Zalagianis already making moves. He's just trying to attack Perikian, and around the outside he goes. Nothing much that Oliver could really do to defend that.
Yeah, I think it means now like that Munier's probably going to go to the pits just to stop from Vagapov from overtaking him.
Yeah, the gap's 23 seconds at the moment.
You know, he could risk it for a 1-stop. That is always a possibility. It's a bit far out, I think, now. The tyres seem pretty worn.
Yeah, if you remember at Spa, Iris had a 1-2
He's
for
staying
quite
out.
a while, and they lost because they tried to go for a 2-stop when I think rFactor did a 1-stop, so they will not want that to happen again.
All right, we found out from our production that from lap 19 to 24, you can do a 1-stop. As we've got off, that's Wesley Bookout going off.
And he's gone
Really
before.
cutting.
That's in the infield, isn't it?
Yeah, really cut the course there, isn't it?
So here we go into Magulio. Does he just lose the rear end then, approaching
Yeah,
junction?
to Jungshao. Jungshao, yeah, he does.
Oh!
Oh, tank slap. It feels like a bit of a tank slap, doesn't it?
It's really deep in the grass.
Yeah, and he's just gone all completely around.
He's taking the scenic route, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
This is very Kimi Räikkönen-esque from Wesley Bookout in the 41. But thankfully back in the race. But certainly Iris would certainly want him a bit further up the field because Moynier needs all the help he can get. Now it's just Lahou in third with Mercedes in front of him.
Yeah, Alex Lahou's been doing really well, hasn't he?
Indeed,
yeah,
he
Mercedes.
didn't have the cleanest couple of laps near the start, but he's got it under control, and Bookout has really just fallen into chaos. As here comes Liam Howard, having to go at Branfon, and just having to wait his turn, I think. Around the outside. And still alongside. This is really clean racing from the two of them, but Liam Howard overcomes in the infield and into Pico de Bato up into 10th.
I think we can all agree that Munier is trying the 1-stop, isn't it?
That seems almost a very high likelihood at this point.
Yeah.
I would agree with you there. But certainly that could be the winning strategy. It just depends on the progress that Vagapov and Zalagianis can make. And here comes Zalagianis around the outside of Riboli. Will Riboli defend with the team sandwich above the ground? Riboli nearly loses it. Breaks super late. And somehow
Could have had a Hulkenberg moment.
I think Zalagianis won't be too impressed with that as the reigning champion. And he's going to have another go.
Round the outside. Desperately trying to. He gets the undercut. Beautiful move there from George Zalagianis. I have to say, that was very well done from George.
Yeah, Massimiliano Riboli was sort of caught napping there. He covered him off at turn 2 there. But he just came up the inside at turn 3. Saw the opening.
Will he
really
pit?
Shows the difference between the two. I think he's going to stay out for a little while. Yeah, or is he coming in?
No, he's
I'm
pitting.
completely wrong.
Will it be on softs or be on hards? It's going to be close for Munier, won't it?
No way will he put the hard tyres on. That seems unlikely. But,
you never know.
We'll see. If he's going for the 1-stop, it might have to be the hard, though.
It will definitely have to be the hards.
Here he comes. So Mercedes is going to take the lead then on the mediums. And
Lahou
was the one who
also
started on the mediums. Lahou in too, as you say.
No, mediums. He's doing a 2-stop.
There we go. So I was right on that. But,
will he get ahead of Vagapov though? I think he might barely just make it ahead.
Vagapov's, I think, going to come through.
Yeah, but he's got much fresher tyres than
It's Zalagianis, which is the bigger deal here, whether he's going to jump him or not. Harvey comes through.
Yeah, no. Munier's got up.
Zalagianis lost out behind Riboli,
I think they've just left it like a lap too late, haven't they?
To stay in front of Vagapov, yes. But
however,
as you say, he's got the fresher mediums. There we go. I wonder how long Mercedes is going to stay out now too. But it really depends. Moynier, we've seen him try and stretch tyre life out at certain races this season. So it could be that he's trying to run the mediums to the end now. But we've got over 25 laps left in the race, so it's going to be risky. Harvick is certainly not going to be able to hold much defence here. In fact, he almost lets him through. That was very much a concession of the podium there to Loic Moynier. And Moynier will be like, thanks, I'll come through and take that, and now chase after the two leaders.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Munier's really had a good race right now. He's been on very similar pace with Vagapov. He could make it. It's just that...
Yeah, the problem is that Vagapov will switch on to softs near the end and probably be very, very quick.
So will Munier, though.
True. It depends really how this stint goes. And Mercedes, if he stays out, and I doubt he's going to hold up Vagapov too much with the teams
no, he won't.
At stake. But he might be left out to keep Moynier behind.
Well, the thing is, we have to think. So he's done 17 laps on the softs. I don't know how much longer the mediums can go, but that's what we're seeing on Mercedes here. He needs to do about 27 laps on the mediums. That's a lot.
And Harvick, cutting across there of Zalagianis.
Brilliant move from Zalagianis. He's really racing up to get up to the top 2, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got Moynier in his sights now. So I think Loic Moynier is going to be on the defensive before too long. Because Zalagianis, looking at his times, he's been charging. And he's seen it in his overtakes too. Lahou sets a personal best first sector, 17.2.
Yeah, Lahou's been
Coming
really
out
good
nice.
pace. He's going round the outside there. He'll have the inside for Biko de Pato as he nearly gets hit there from down over Brandholm. That was very close.
Yeah, almost felt like Brandholm. Okay, that nearly went wrong. I'm going to back off now. So,
Yeah.
The Valet's just eager not to lose any more of their numbers in this race, I think.
We've lost about 9 cars already. It's been a race of attrition, really, hasn't it?
So far, it would seem that way, but now we're getting settled into the nitty-gritty as Harvick finally comes in, and that looks like Ruboli also shadowing him.
The final soft members are going to start coming in now. They've done 20 laps on the soft. Very well done from them. I have a feeling they're going to try one stop on the mediums now.
Well, yeah, they could be doing the exact same strategy as Moynier, but coming in a bit later might play the advantages. Oh, here's Bukow trying to recover around the outside of Barikian. Barikian is all really fed up with people trying to go around him today, isn't he?
Definitely. Yeah, he's been sort of handed down, but that's because he stayed on the soft. As Riboli goes onto softs again.
Oh, interesting strategy. It looks like Riboli feels comfortable on that time, wants to delay running on the mediums still near the
Yeah,
end.
definitely. Thing is that he's got...
Unless he's trying to get to the end.
No, it's mediums. It's the timings.
Oh, it
But
is the
still,
mediums he's going
yeah.
to. But anyway, we've seen Mistral on the hard tyres ahead of Riboli. He's probably going to hold him up or just let him through. I mean, that is a valid strategy, I guess. As he's battling. Oh, Schmidt trying to go around the outside of him as well.
Oh!
So that was Fabrice Mistral really left the door open. Almost didn't shut it in time to stop Schmidt coming through.
Definitely. As we continue going into the Jung Cow, he'll have a chance to get him, won't he?
He certainly will. But Schmidt's going to have to really set himself up well. And indeed, a little bit of a twitch, but not too much time lost. So he's going to tuck right into the rear wing, into that sweet slipstream. And can
should
that
be able to get
orange
him.
arrow severing car come through on the inside? Looks like he's got the run he needs. And
He's got
Mistral breaks quite early and lets Schmidt go through.
Yeah, good simple move. Just does it quickly.
And good exit though by Mistral.
Mistral, yeah, he's really trying at those hard tyres. Still holding up well.
Yeah, they are going to
Trying
hold
it
up well
around the
for a while.
outside. Oof. Brakes late. Mistral just can't get there, can he?
That was good defence by Schmidt there. Even though he didn't get the best exit, he sort of ensured he had the inside at the turn through. And Mistral will have to continue on in 17th position there. So now we really go, as Vagabond's really caught Mercedes now. He's only about a second behind him. So I think there's going to be a switch coming quite soon.
Yeah.
Not the last time we've seen this either. Although we have seen Mercedes and Vagabond fight. They were pretty close at Monaco at one stage, I believe.
Mercedes is going to let
easily the
Vagapov
best
through.
of the Valley
I have a feeling Mercedes is going to let Vagapov through.
Yeah, because Moynier there is not too far behind in the background. And neither is that.
2
Zalgianis has lost a couple of seconds in order because he had to wait for Harvick and Riboli to pit, didn't he? And had to make his way through on track. So he's lost a couple of seconds in that, and that's allowed Moynier to build a bit of a cushion. So now we see the top 11, or top 12 actually, all on mediums, now that Harvick's passed Barukian on his decaying soft tyres.
So I think once Vagapov is at the DRS detection zone, they're going to switch positions. Just watch it.
Yeah, it might even be the Vagopov's is so quick that it won't even have to be a coordinated thing.
No, it won't be.
Here we go. Hit the push to pass used by Vagapov. And surely Mercedes is going to just keep to the outside and just avoid a crash here.
Definitely. I mean, these two aren't going to battle each other. They're teammates. Quickly done. There we go. Through. Munier's just a bit behind. 2.1 seconds to leader. He's not far.
Yeah,
and he's going to be raced.
Got the DRS there as well.
Yeah. However, Munier's probably going to get it in the second half too.
That's true. Mercedes will get a little bit, and that will keep Moynier at bay as well. So good strategy here from Valle.
I don't think Valle is going to slow down Vagapov that much. They're going to.
Well, they haven't. Vagapov's got
Yeah,
Moynier, but they need to slow down. Potentially into Zalgianis.
And we got Riboli looking at a move down the inside of Wesley Bucat. Can't make it though, can he?
Yeah, Wesley's still recovering from his spin and his little adventure. And Riboli now looking to punish him for that on his fresher tyres. But he really needs a decent run because Wesley, he's kept his wits about him and he's not going to be a pushover, that's for sure.
As Munier looks like he's going to be in DRS at the end of the lap. Yep, he will be. He's in DRS 2/10.
Here we go. It looks like Mercedes won't be able to defend against Mounier on the outside, surely. More like Mounier's going to get DRS. He pushes him onto the grass.
Mercedes,
before
that was
coming into the
dodgy.
pits.
That was really questionable from Valet, though, I have to say.
That was very aggressive from Stavros Mercedes there. Of course, a winner in Pro and Academies. Oh, we're going to see was that almost a replay playing out there.
Yeah, let's see it here now. Look, yeah, Stavros shouldn't have gone that aggressive. That you can't just force someone onto the grass there. I'm sorry, that's not on. So we see here, Loic Mounier going around the outside. Now, the point from where you're basically side by side is the wheel here. He should have given him more room there. You could clearly see he was going for the outside there. What Mercedes should have done is not, and then he turns aggressively. That is very questionable from Stavros Mercedes, though, I have to say.
Well, Mercedes was going into the pits anyway, so there was no need to fight for that position.
No, not at all. I'm pretty disappointed with that, actually, as he goes onto the hards. He wants to go to the end, and he can't go on to a new set of them.
This final stint's going to be very interesting with the guys on the hards trying to make it to the end, because they're not going to have the pace of those on the mediums and the softs. As we see Scott Flack actually sets a personal best lap of the race, 1:11.2 in his battle with Brandfond for 17th. But his Perikian, his teammate, fighting Snetbangers, who we've not talked about too much, and up the inside goes Oliver Perikian. The soft's still getting some decent performance for the Super Venturi driver. And Snetbangers, he's got Harvick all over him now too, who's pit, of course. So he's got
also,
even fresher tyres.
The battle for the lead is closing up, isn't it? 1.7 seconds.
Yeah, I think Mounier is really pushing on. He just seems really confident at this phase of the race. Even his teammate Mercedes pushing him into the wall could not keep him away from Bagapov, did it?
Yeah, definitely not. So we got we got Oliver Perikian, sorry, doing it down the Andrea Mahara.
It's Thomas Andrea Maharasura, yes. And the Royal Blue, just breaks on the outside. As that looks like Snetbangers with Harvick moving about in his wing mirrors as well. But the independent driver could not get through in the number 13.
Yeah, as we go down into
he's got the outside.
Down the inside, Snetbangers. Will he get him? He just clips the rear, doesn't he? Down the inside, really trying it there. They're going side by side into the long corner. I don't know what it's called. Never mind.
Harvick's through. So that was some brave stuff there to hold it in. I thought for sure they were going to collide on the side and tangle wheels with one another. And now Harvick will chase Andrea Maharasura in the Royal Blue. But I don't think the Andrea Maharasura is really going to have too much to defend with here.
Yeah, Wesley Bucat's really aggressively gone up the field, hasn't he? He's really tried.
He seems to love making it hard for himself and doing these amazing comeback drives. We've seen that so many times this season.
I mean, Wesley Bucat could have won the first race. He was on pole. He did really well there. It's just been a bit of a downhill turn, to be honest.
Here we go. To the inside goes Andrea Maharasura. He's coming into the pits.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's him out of the way then. And that frees up Snetbangers and Harvick to continue.
Yeah, as we go into turn one. We got Matthias Snetbangers. He has to look in his mirrors and look forwards. It's not an easy task, is it? Looking twice.
Not at all, no. As I look down at the timing screen, Silvieres sits a purple middle sector down in 18th.
Go down the inside. Wesley Bucat trying it into turn 4. Does it. Well done. Good move.
Yeah, there we go. That was, again, quite late on the brakes for Bucat. But Snetbangers once again left the door very much wide open. And that puts Bucat back into 9th and free to continue chasing up places in the top 10. So could certainly catch back up to probably not back up to Lahoo, but sort of in that kind of Perikian territory, I think is where he's heading.
Maybe even up to Mercedes. I think Bucat's
it depends how badly the hards perform, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Currently on board for Stavros Mercedes.
Mercedes did set a personal best lap, 1:10.4.
They seem to be performing well. It seems that those hards have been strange all season, though. Let's be honest here. I mean, they're not always the ideal time to be on sometimes.
Well, certainly not. It's really, if you qualify at the back, you might stick the hards on and see if you can make something of it. As Bucat, it's not done yet. Snetbangers back up the inside at turn 1. And they're going to get close and they tangle wheels. And round goes Wesley Bucat for the 3rd time in this race.
Yeah, he's making it even harder for himself, isn't he?
I feel like he should maybe have let that one go, in my opinion. Because
you're a racing driver.
But it's the rear wheel tyre hitting him there. So
what happened was with Wesley is that he was too aggressive, didn't give him enough room there. So you can see Wesley gets a much better exit.
Does he just turn in on him, maybe?
What Wesley's done there is he just hasn't given Snapfanger's enough room, and he's just gotten unlucky and come off worse. I mean, let's see Snapfanger's. I haven't seen his POV because is he hugging the? Yeah, he's hugging the inside there.
And
just gets
did
unlucky.
very well not to lose it himself, actually.
Yeah.
And in fact,
No, I mean I think
really,
that's Wesley's.
I think
Wesley
Riboli actually passed him there and all of that.
Yeah, he did. He did. Got ahead. Yeah, Wesley's just made it a bit even harder for himself right now, hasn't he? As we come on to the final 15 laps, it's 1.5 seconds separating the top two.
Yeah,
1.2
the lap
even
before, it was Mounier was about 4 tenths faster than Vagabov on the previous lap. But first sector, Vagabov 2 tenths slower as well. So Mounier's certainly kept closing, but not quite as much as he was before earlier in the stint, obviously. Because I think the sort of over the delta that he had, having hit a couple of laps later, it's kind of dropped off ever so slightly. The tyres are giving quite similar.
1.2 seconds though, it's barely. You just
if he can get within those 7 tenths, then it's certainly going on.
Yeah, 4 tenths left, and then he's in 4.5.
The other question is, one of them might realise that they're not going to make it to the end. Vagabov might make that extra stop if he thinks he's not going to be able to make it to the end.
I mean, I think Mounier's maybe just given him enough space to be able to see the possibility.
Oh, he's got the gap under a second now. A little mistake from Peter Vagabov under pressure with the tyres wearing. Yeah, so Vagabov pit on lap 15, I believe. As Liam Howard's coming in for the second stop.
I don't see Vagabov doing a two-stop.
This is Liam Howard trying to undercut and stay ahead of Arthur LaHoo. Alex LaHoo, sorry.
Alex.
I don't know what Arthur LaHoo came from. It's the Charles Leclerc, Arthur Leclerc syndrome here. But anyway,
another LaHoo?
That looks like the softs that Liam Howard is coming back out onto, and he's coming out ahead of, just behind Riboli. And ahead of his teammate, though. So this is a pretty... just behind his teammate, actually. Is that? No, hang on. I'm getting all mixed up here. I'm looking at the
currently
screen,
got 1.1 seconds between Mounier and Vagabov. Vagabov uses some push to pass on the exit. Just trying to get a little bit further away from Logan Mounier.
Especially down the straight. And I feel like Mounier is kind of biding his time here.
Yeah. He'll have the better tyres towards the end. As you can see, he's braking much later and gains a lot of time here. Rolling in it, really well done there.
Because the pressure here is on Vagabov, not just to get second in the drivers, but as you mentioned before repeatedly, that team's championship for Valet. And winning, the difference between winning and coming second is going to make a big difference. But with Zalagianis in third, it looks like they're doing enough.
Yeah, 1.1 seconds. We've got lapped traffic starting to appear now. That's going to shake it up.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Nando Marsa in the second round effect, still down in 22nd behind Evers, who you just seen come out of the pits there. So certainly not looking good for the second of the 2 remaining ground effects. In terms of the team's championship, I think. 22nd and last, as in comes Snapfanger's. So this is a 10 basically shadowing Howard. And Musadis in 5th on those hard tyres. Let's look at his pace. As Howard sits a purple first sector on the softs, unsurprisingly. Musadis' last lap 1:10.8. So the pace has been pretty good. He's actually been lapping slightly faster than Vagabov on the whole, actually. He's 2 seconds behind LaHoo.
No, Musadis has been on very, very good pace actually right now. Like, he looks good. Zalagian is going in for his second pit stop. That might mean that Vagabov might go in soon.
The only other person in the academy I can think of who's made the hard times work was Perikian in Malaysia, and even then, I think he only finished about 7th when he was really fighting for top 5, top 4. So that's but he did make it work, nevertheless, to gain a few places near the end. And out comes Zalagianis onto a set of that looks like the soft tyre. As Harvick actually sets a purple first sector as well. So, no, that's Howard, sorry. Harvick's just ahead of him by only 9 tenths though.
We're currently on board with Liam Howard now, just behind Matthias Harvick. Harvick's had a very good race actually, for starting like P18.
Indeed.
It's been very good.
When he climbed all that progress, it was really a case of just staying there, and he's done everything he needs to do. We've seen him braking early and not pushing the tyres too hard, but he stayed out of trouble, which is the main thing we really need to do when you're finding a way in a series like Academy. You just need to get those decent points finishes under your belt, and then you can gain a bit of confidence.
Peter Vagabov in the pits.
Howard has another good look up the inside. We go into the infield. Vagabov's blinked first, really, like you say. That's like when you're back into the lead. So, up the inside comes Liam Howard on Matthias Harvick. And can Harvick switch back on him? Nope, certainly not.
Thing is, if if Meunier wants to win now, he needs to stay out. That's the thing now. I think that's what it's
Yeah, the
basically.
gap's going to be a bit too small, isn't it? Might be just 20 seconds or so when Vanderbilt rejoins the track.
As we come out, we see we'll have Alex Lahou's up into P2 now.
Yeah, and the problem is that Vanderbilt's come out with this traffic ahead of him. Musadis will make way, but Lahou will be a bit of a harder, tougher nut to crack, as it were. And we're just hearing that if he was going to win this race, Vanderbilt needs to gain 2 seconds a lap on Mounier.
But we know that
Mounier's best chance is staying out. Oh, as Musadis doesn't look like Musadis moving aside, and then Vanderbilt locking up behind Lahou. So Lahou can really help his teammate out here.
Yeah, definitely, and he will. As he tries it into Pico de Pato. Oof, good move. How he's going to be vulnerable on the straights now. We all know that that's going to happen.
If Lahou can stay in the DRS, but he's certainly pulling away so far, is Vanderbilt.
He won't make it out of the DRS, though. Barely in.
Oh, well, Lahou, it depends how much he can gain down this front start finish straight. I think he's a little bit too far back to really dive up the inside of Vanderbilt. Musadis, though, will be keeping behind on those hard tyres. I think he's really regretting that choice at this phase because he's really not able to get alongside Lahou. But he's the closest we've seen to getting the hard tyres onto the podium, I think, so far this season. As Liam Howard is all fighting with Perikian behind, and he's just made his way through. So that's a good effort by Liam Howard. Yeah, there we go. So he just made his way through using DRS on the start finish straight. Perikian, another guy, is actually doing quite well, like Harvey, who's sort of staying out of trouble.
Definitely. I mean, look, Meunier. Well, yeah, Oliver Perikian's had a very fine season. I mean, he's been around there. He's been.
Yeah, Zalgianis is going to start catching Musadis too because he's just set fastest lap of the race 109.5.
Well, George needs to. I mean,
indeed.
I think the constructor's a bit.
It's looking a little shaky, especially if Vanderbilt can catch up to Mounier now. The gap now, what is it, 18 seconds? Perhaps less than that? Just over 18 seconds. So
remember, though,
definitely getting a shift on.
Those softs are going to wear.
They are. Purple middle sector for Vanderbilt.
He might get fastest lap, but I don't think he'll get the win because remember, those soft tyres, yes, although they're going to be quick now, they're going to wear off quickly. Remember, he only managed 15 laps and they were basically done and losing to the mediums. I know that they'll probably equal out soon towards the end. As we got Stavros Mercedes behind Alex Lahou for the P3 on the podium.
Lahou using push to pass.
Barely staying ahead as we got Mercedes really trying it. He's been really good at that all race long.
He's not quite got the tyre advantage in terms of performance that he really needs here. But yeah, we're looking at we're just hearing that. Oh, as we look at Mercedes having a little look.
Oh, goes into the rear.
Just been blocked by Lahou. Lahou has got eyes in the back of his wing mirrors there. As they were.
Yeah, as we got up.
Kind of what wing mirrors are for. As Zalgianis inexorably closes on the both of them. So yeah, Mercedes really realising he needs to pass or be passed here, isn't it? And round the outside he goes through Maguglia.
Our broadcast director was actually saying about Vagapov that he might be running lower wings. We've got yellow flag. Looks like another valet car's gone off.
Oh yeah, there was a little bit of connection issue.
Silvera's off.
Oh dear, so that's the fourth valet to exit this race in a spectacular fashion. But Zalgianis now right on the back of these two. He will get double slipstream as they come
we get a 3-1 moment. No, we won't.
Oh,
Alex
very
Lahou.
defensive from Lahou. And round the outside goes Mercedes. Oh, and just goes clear
Oh!
of Lahou. And
Oh!
huge crash.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Alex Lahou. He was having an amazing race. That's left Mercedes vulnerable to Zalgianis, and he's got him.
Yeah, absolutely dream scenario for Zalgianis.
Let's see the replay of this. So Alex Lahou just gets hooked on, and oof.
I'm not sure. Did Mercedes give enough space there on the outside? I think it's very similar to that earlier incident we saw with Bukow.
He didn't.
No.
Yeah, it's close.
And that's a real shame for Lahou.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to see him leave the race, especially after doing such a strong performance to hold on to that third place.
The thing is, this could mean that this might be protested. Like, I'd like to see this now here. So Mercedes going right to the outside, braking incredibly late. He's been doing that all race. It looks there like he's given enough space. Doesn't really feel it. I'd need to see it again. Then I'll probably look at it again when I have the time. Yeah, we go on Lahou again. So we go into turn one. Lahou takes a very aggressive defensive line, as you should when you're a defending car. Mercedes brakes much later. You can see from here. It's close. I think I'm leaning more on a racing incident there. That's the thing. I mean, I think I'd maybe say like 51 fault of, yeah, let's see it from Zalagianis here. So, George, just a little bit far here from the others. Going around
Mercedes is in the pits, by the way, as this is going on.
Oof, no, that's a racing incident. Purely based on the fact that Lahoo travels wide there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Alex Lahoo may not see it that way. But
he won't, and I'll probably get in trouble because I get along with him. Yeah, as
Mercedes
Mercedes
must have
lost
run
the
into
car.
more trouble because he lost both wings.
Mm.
That's while we were watching those replays.
Yeah.
I assume he must have taken more damage than we thought. So this is after he's been passed by Zalagianis. Through up into turn 5. Oh no, he just gets it wrong. He's done.
He did what Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear, and that is embarrassing. That's not going to do Valet's championship hopes any
No.
favours whatsoever.
He's got a 3 wide.
Oh, and Stepvanger's. Oh, that was Smith going a bit too deep there, and Stepvanger's just passing back underneath him.
Meanwhile, Vagapov 13 seconds. It's. I don't think he's going to make it.
He has
been
been
with
closing.
Wesley Bukow. He's back up to Oliver Perikian, to be fair to him.
Yeah, Bukow. That's is it the second or third recovery drive we've seen from Bukow in this race?
Second.
Yeah, I think there was three mistakes and 2 recoveries. Yeah.
Yeah, Stavros Mercedes. That's not the thing you want to do.
But Mercedes goes around the outside of that looks like Moleto. Now he's going to chase Andrea Maharazoa for 10th. So still a decent chance of points for Mercedes. But I remember when he first joined, there was certainly that Silverstone and Le Mans scored really well, and he performed really well at Spa before being disconnected as well, I think. And then he won the pro race at Silverstone as well. There was that feeling of him being really strong driver, and lately it's not gone his way.
Oh.
Smith,
As we've had. Smith's done what Bukow did.
He's done a Bukow. I bet we're going to see the exact same scenario here. Is he just going to light the rear tyres up? Indeed he does, on the curb.
Yep.
Oh, he loses it a bit later than Bukow did. Oh dear. Probably it's so tough to get it slowed down as well. And the rear.
And he loses his front wing.
I thought the front wing was clear there, so maybe that's not rFactor physics.
No, the front wing's as wide as the wheel, so it shouldn't be.
That's a big shame for Smith, because there was a good chance of the top 10 there.
Peter Vagapov has about 5 laps to go to try and catch Mounier. I just think he's that. Just
1:11.4 for Mounier last lap, 1:10.1. So he's certainly getting his second lap, but he needed to be getting about 2 seconds a lap. He's almost there, but not quite in terms of. He's going to fall just short at the end here with 5 laps remaining. Mercedes, meanwhile, doing personal best as well as he chases down Bukow. So we're going to see a battle from height between those two. Well, there we go. So it looks like the Academy season quickly coming to a dramatic close. Snetvanger's now behind Moleto in the battle for 12th.
Yeah, we got currently going into turn 1.
Moleto using push to pass to defend, but I have enough around the outside. Almost spins Snetvanger's around. He just collects himself. You won't be too impressed by that, your 10 Snetvanger's.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Again, a bit of an up and down race for 10 Snetvanger's, hasn't it? He's had some good ups, but some big downs, hasn't he? Qualifying wasn't the best
Howard
for
has
him.
been very consistent up in 4th. Stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
I think Snetvanger's is going to feel quite envious of that. He's certainly had his moments this season, but on the whole, it's not. Well, Le Mans was a great track for Networks, and I think him being taken out by one of the competition drivers, as he is trying to go around another. I think it was Jean-Michel Garnier that he hit at Le Mans, and I think that was a really good result. Potentially top 4, top 5 that went begging there. But here we go. He's going to get another run on the straight, and remember, Kil Hausvik is not too far behind either, so he could be there waiting to intervene like a vulture, picking up the scraps.
Will he get it down the inside? Yes, he does. Oh, he nearly loses it. He doesn't. What a move! Really diving it there, very aggressive. However, we've got here, I believe, who is that?
That's Kil Hausvik going around the outside because Moleto got delayed there by Snetvanger's on the exit of turn 1.
That was interesting.
Yeah, Moleto, I think, really struggling.
Yeah, we got 4 laps to go.
That was just like a rocket ship taking off that late break there.
Yeah, I think we can safely say that it's just a bit too far away for Vagapov to catch Mounier now.
He's done very well, though.
It's 8 seconds, and I could mince my words and say the commentator's curse now. Hopefully for Loic Muniz, it doesn't happen.
I believe with Riboli in 6th. If it's only the top 2 that matter, then Vagapov will beat Zalagianis, and I think Riboli is comfortably going to beat Marsa. So I believe that might actually be the title for Valet as it stands, but we'll have to see whether there's any post-race recriminations.
Tell us the championship, tell us the points for positions.
Okay, so
quickly.
25 for second, 21 for third, so that's a 4-point difference. Then we've got, as we see, Riboli in 6th, he'll get 15 points.
Yeah, okay, then it's good.
Master down in 19th will get 2 points.
Okay, then it's done.
So, yeah, I think
Marsa needs to get 2 positions quickly then.
Yeah, well, he needs a few people to drop out.
Yeah.
To be more accurate, with all due respect to Nandor Marsa. But I don't see him getting to any positions unless there's something happens up front.
It's a really unlucky race, hasn't it?
Yeah, so even with that drama for Mercedes, it's not going to completely fall apart for Valet at this stage. They might just be doing enough to, I believe, win the Academy for at their first attempt as a team, which would certainly be an impressive achievement. But Vagapov wants to go one better, wants to win the race just to make extra sure that they win this team's title.
No, I mean, we've got 2 more laps after this. We come to the penultimate lap of the FSR Academy Championship too. I mean...
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? It's been such a great season. It's almost a shame to see it end, but we've still got 2023 to look forward to. And, of course, the Indianapolis, the Indy Pro Series.
Yeah, the Winter Series. I don't know if that's been confirmed what we're doing for the Winter Series.
Well, somebody's doing the highlights, so let's put it that way.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out from the owners soon.
There we go, this looks like it.
Yeah, okay.
Just holding on.
Yeah, we can confirm nothing's been confirmed yet.
Well, that sounds very clear.
We can confirm nothing's... No. Also, no, nothing's been confirmed yet for the Winter Series, so stay back, that will be announced. And hopefully, I'm hoping to be driving in that.
Stay back. I think there's a significant geographical distance between us, Toby, but so you don't need to worry about me coming too close. But
Huh?
You said stay back. Like
I
I'm
didn't.
too close. I think you meant stick around. That's what you said. Stay back. Which sounds a bit like I was. Oh, Vagapov really pushing there and almost losing it.
Again,
he really wants to win
it's only
4
3
races in a row,
seconds.
doesn't he?
Yeah, I think it's done though now.
We're coming to the final lap now, aren't we? As here come Mercedes and Brandfarm trying to take each other out, guys, because Valet really don't want to jinx it here. Mercedes looks really, really quick, of course, as we'd expect him to be. Riboli using push to pass. He might be right behind about 4 seconds behind Harvey, actually. And here we go.
Yeah, doing it around the
outside goes Mercedes. So looked like Dano's Brandfarm wasn't really going to fight that one too hard. But Moynier then only has a few more corners to go before he takes. Here's an Iris' first win of the season, and that would be a great way to end. Richly deserved, I think. Yeah. No, he's just started the final lap. I apologise.
Yeah. So
there's a bit of a battle going on behind him. That looks like Moleto and Scott Flack fighting over 14. But Moleto just holding on the hard tyres for now, but Flack
as
will
we see
try
Vagapov
around the outside.
racing down there.
And that battle is going to ensure Vagapov won't be able to catch them because they're so busy fighting each other. Look at this! Scott Flack having... Did he make it
as another Valet.
No, he's going to have
Riboli spun!
Oh dear. And that could have huge implications in the team's championship. But Moynier towards the line now, I believe.
No final corner now. Up the hill. For the final time, we got Loic Mounier wins the final Academy race of the season. What? Rest of the season one for him.
And he
won his first one. Oh. Yeah, celebrating in style.
That is a donut and
holds
a half.
it.
Oh,
Peter Vagapov, P2.
Superb 360 there. And Vagapov will have to be
George Zalagianis, P3.
And Zalagianis is going to pray and hope that's enough for the team's title with that mistake from Riboli. Mercedes will still come through to 7th, though, I believe. So I think that's only really 1 point lost then.
How many points for P7?
Marsa still down in 19th then. So he'll only get 2 points and gets 14 points instead of 15 for 6.
All right.
Here we go. It's a little bit hard to tell. We're getting a few technical difficulties, I believe. Everyone's struggling to finish the race. Harvig is going to finish in the top 5 here from Perikia. Great drives by those two.
And I think that confirms the team's championship for the academy for Musaidis as he comes P7. That is all the points that Valet can get. How many points do they get?
Musaidis certainly made it harder for himself than it really needed to be. Not just for going for the hard times, but also that incident there with Lehu. But there we go. 7th will be enough, I think. Just to hold on.
That also means that that Peter Vagapov will get P3, P2 in the championship. Good job for him. Completely and utterly deserves it. But this also does break his winning streak in the Academy Series. However, I think after that 3 race keep his podium streak. However, I have a feeling we won't be seeing in an Academy. We'll probably be seeing him either in Pro or even World Championship after that brilliant end to a season, winning 3 in a row.
Indeed, lots of people will take notice. And there's Harvick celebrating his best finish of the season. And indeed, Liam Howard too. Kind of a little bit disappointed with the way it ended, but 3rd place in the championship, I think, considering Liam Howard didn't win any races, I think getting the podiums that he did, I think he'll be very pleased with that overall. Because I don't think anyone going in really expected Liam Howard to win the championship, but that podium in the first race, he just kept that consistency going, and 3rd is his reward.
Driver of the day then. Okay, anyway, first results. P1, we've got Loic Meunier for Team Iris. P2, Peter Vagapov, and then P3 for Ground Effect, our current Drivers' World Champion, George Zalagianis. P4, we got Liam Howard for Netrec. P5, Matthias Harvick. P6, Oliver Pricken, super done. As his team, Super Venturi says. P7, Stavros Mercedes. Very, very well done for recovery after that big incident where he lost both his wings. P7, we go to, P8, Dan Overbrantel, Valet eSports again. Again, very well done from him. Good comeback. P9, we got Wesley Buchert after 2 mistakes. Made it life a bit harder than it should have been.
I think it was 3.
P10. 3? No, that was 2. P10, we got Massimiliano Riboli after that mistake. Could have been P6. P11, Thomas Andrea Mia Harisoa. P12, Turn Snapvangers. P13, Owen Kilhauskvik. P14, Fabrice Molato. And then P15, we got Milan Evers. Slightly better than last time. At least he didn't take out his teammate.
At least they finished.
P16, Fabrice Mistral. P17, we got Super Ventura. And P18, we got Jean-Michel Garnier for Competition. P17, Nandor Massa should have finished
19 for Massa.
And then we get to the DNFs, Thomas Smith, and then a list of others. We got Alex Lahu, P20. Apologies. P22, we got Romulo Silveira. P23, we got Alex Hello. Gijs Zonneveld. P25, we got Ryan Mazumda. P26, Batala. P27, Giuseppe Saracino. P28, Stan Vlister. And the big disappointment in P29, Istvan Singval. What would have been if he would have raced?
Yeah, that front row came to nothing in the end for Istvan.
Yeah.
But here are your final standings then in the Drivers' Championship. Would you like to do them too?
No, you do them. I'm whacked.
Okay, your voice was struggling a bit there, sorry. But that's George Zalagianis will win 220 points to his name in the end. And I think only about 2 races where he finished off the podium then. So a very, very strong run. And but comfortably about 35 points ahead then in the end of Peter Vagapov, who takes 2nd position. Another great back half of the season for him. Liam Howard takes 3rd, a very consistent run throughout with 3 podiums to his name, 175 points. It's 10 points short of Vagapov in the end. And we are getting a confirmation, I believe, in the chat that Valet have, at the moment, as things stand, won the team's championship. Loic Meunier, with his win, will finish 4th in the end, about 7 points short of Liam Howard. So couldn't quite move up to 3rd. 4th will be a great end for Loic Meunier and a well-deserved first win for Loic Meunier. He's been fighting for it all season, getting podiums here and there, and finally getting the richly deserved first victory. Lianos, despite abandoning the season halfway through, will still finish 5th for Ground Effect in what's been a great season for them, despite missing out on the team championship. Musaidis will finish 6th despite missing the first 3 rounds. And a win for him in Le Mans, definitely a big highlight. And that recovery to 7th, crucial for Valet in the end. Buchert, another driver who's had multiple adventures this season, he will finish P7 for Iris in the Drivers' Championship. Brandholm will finish 8th for Valet. Harvick takes the top 9, and that's very impressive for him as an independent in, I believe, his first season in Academy. And then Silveira will round out the top 10 for Valet with 74 points then. So that is your top 10 in the drivers then. So I believe, Toby, that is pretty much Oh, I think we should maybe thank our sponsors before we leave.
Yeah. Again, big thanks to 3D Wrap, Masita Esports, and
Sim
and
Market.
SimLabs
VCO,
for
of
sponsoring
course.
the season. And VCO, thank you, big help. Now, onto the calendar. The calendar's unfortunately finished now for
There's no
for
more.
the Academy Series.
We've run out of
However, we've still got the Pro and the World Championship. In Pro, we still have 3 drivers up for the title and 5 for P3. That's going to be a very, very close ending. However, the Teams Championship has already been won by Royal Blue, who had a big who have a big cap to the driver band. World Championship, 6 points between Alex Ziebel and Colin Spork. Spork will if the chances there that they have a tied points, Spork would win on count back because he has got 1 extra win. Midfield is also close for positions, and then we've got teams. We've got Unicorns of Love, P1 Sim, Burst, all can get P2, and then a various bunch of teams can win P5. That's been
Very
me,
well
Tobias
summed up there,
Blumschein,
Toby.
and it's been Edward Hunter. Thank you for having us. Hope you've enjoyed the season. Hope you have fun and hope you guys can tune in for the World Pros and World Championships. Thank you.